Welcome to FE Builds. On this video, it's very exciting. We're going to be doing something we've never done before, and that's because the rig that we are building allows for that with its stock gearing. We're fitting 35s on the Jeep JK, aka Mando, and we're at our good friends Best Drive Walmart, who always supply us good tires. And as you can see, the Jeep is on their ramp and it's getting ready for the tires to be fitted. We are so excited. So the excitement built up and we took off all the wheels, and this is the point where disaster struck. Well, it wasn't a disaster in what you deem a disaster, but it was really something that made us feel down. The stock standard rims worked and fitted well at the front. However, there was going to be some rubbing. But it was when we went to the back where the smile was wiped off our faces. You see, the factory OEM rims have a positive offset of 44 or 45. And that basically pulls the wheel in towards the chassis. So if you don't know about offset, a positive offset pulls the wheel in, a negative offset pushes it out. So we needed a rim that had a negative offset so that this could work. As you could see with the OEM rims, there was touching on the rear sway bar, which is coming too close for comfort, and there was also touching on that bar at the front, and that's not even it being bolted down. So we were very, very disappointed, and we had to go back to the drawing board. So after calling every rim shop in the Eastern Cape, including the scrapyards, hoping that they would have something, we resorted to Facebook Marketplace, and we came across a young man who purchased the wrong rims, and they just so happened to be the rims that we needed, so we bought them from him. These are the rims that we bought. We really liked the design and he gave us a really good deal on them. So we're back on mission. We got back the 35s and we're going to install them. Let's do this. So in the process of looking for tires that would fit the budget for this build, we came across a company that produces tires called Sailun, and they just happened to be cost effective enough to fit our build. And the thing I like about them, or the concept behind them that I like, is they try to produce tires that are really good for an affordable price, making them in reach for people who may want bigger tires or want new tires but may not have the budget for the really expensive tires. And this is an experiment for us. It's the first time we're using this brand, so in the videos to come we'll be doing some tests. As you can see how deep the tread is. These are rugged terrain tires, and it says the weight there is 26.38, but I think it's between there and 29 kilograms per tire. So as you can see, we're fitting in the valve, and we decided to do away with the stock standard Jeep valve, which connects to the system, and disable that system, and rather go for a aftermarket tire pressure monitoring system. So you can see he's just putting the tires on, and he was being very gentle even as he placed them on the rim, and they just worked out so well, as you'll see in the video as it progresses. So these tires are the Sailun Terramax RTs, and they're basically a good 50-50 tire, 50% on-road, 50% off-road, and we decided to test with one first before taking off everything. And then if it works, then we put everything on. And the test worked out well. The rims offset was perfect. This was -10 offset, which gave us so much room at the back there to run the 35 safely. The only thing that we're concerned about now is that small little red piece that you can see from the body that protrudes, but we've got a fix for that. We're most probably going to bend it in gently without destroying the integrity of the structure. Now, at this point, we were really worried because of the first hindrances we faced. It's happened before with tires over 33 inch that it's very difficult to balance them. And sometimes they're way off, where you have to start putting beads inside, and we wanted to avoid that. And we were fairly impressed to see that we could get the tires balanced perfectly. So that was a good thing, and it's also quite a good thing about the tires, and say something about them. Even though they're low cost, and one may sometimes even tend to look at them in a point of view like maybe they're not good tires because they're so cheap, they performed well on the balance test. So let's see, as time goes on, as we put it through different terrain, as we cover more kilometers, let's see how it goes. Now, with the -10 offset and 35 inch tires, that's the kind of seating position you get. It sticks out slightly, so you might just need some fender extenders or stick-on pieces to just cover the tires nicely so you don't flick up stones into the air or onto the body of the car. Once again, we double-checked that red piece that sticks out at the bottom over there, and it was a bit too close for comfort. It does clear the tire, but we did make sure that we are going to make a plan for that. And over here you can see we're doing the full swing test, full lockout, both sides at the front, and there's no touching whatsoever. You can see it's far away from the sway bar and the other bars over there, and also when you turn, it doesn't come into contact with the fender. And at the back, there's so much space. And that's the new setup. Those are the new tires we've got. So at this stage, we're still building confidence in the build, and even though we've got the 35s fitted and a new suspension, there are still some issues that need to be addressed. For instance, the rear wheel bearings. We realized too late that the car came with rear wheel bearings that were finished. So we decided to address that, and only after we do that, then we'll go to comparing and testing off-road and seeing how long these will last, and we'll post update videos as we go along. Just in case you're wondering, the differences between a 35 and a 30 is a 35, there's a 30. You know, I once used to see 30s as big and 31s as big. Compared to this feels like a biscuit. It feels very small.